Welcome to the International State College of the Philippines, where you are the sun and moon, and where you can make the stars collide. This state college is a prestigious school with campuses all over the universe. In ISCP, every student has equal opportunities regardless of their socioeconomic status or SES. We are proud to share that we have been granted Intergalactic Level 3 accreditation by the National Agency for Space Administration or NASA. With us, you can achieve your dreams kung saan ka man pumunta, road trip, o vroom vroom. Now, what is SES? The social standing or class of a person or group is referred to as their socioeconomic status. Socioeconomic status describes a person's standing or reputation in relation to others or their access to resources and goods on a social and material level. Both subjective and objective aspects are present. The subjective SES is used to describe how people view their place within the social class structure, whereas the objective SES is used to represent the actual possession of economic and cultural resources by a family. It is frequently assessed using a combination of employment, income, and education. Examining socioeconomic position frequently reveals difficulties with privilege, power, and control, as well as disparities in access to resources. Research has shown, according to the American Psychological Association, that students from low SES households and communities develop their academic skills more slowly than pupils from higher SES groups. Both in industrialized and emerging nations, there is evidence of a connection between SES and academic success. In other words, when compared to students with lower parental SES, students with greater parental SES have improved academic achievement. Numerous studies have shown that a person's academic success is significantly influenced by the family's SES. In comparison to adolescents from middle and high SES families, Korea found that adolescents in elementary and secondary school with low SES underperformed in terms of learning attitudes and behaviors. China is one of the biggest nations in the world and a prominent producer and manufacturer of goods for industry. Being one of the centers for thousands of businesses around the world, China's educational system is a crucial tool for educating its people the necessary skills and instilling values in them. As a way to improve a person's value and career, education was highly valued in traditional Chinese culture. Similar to other countries, the socioeconomic status of Chinese people affects the efficiency of learning in mathematics and other subjects for students, especially around primary and secondary schooling. But in our country, does SES also affect our success in mathematics? Can we also generalize that people from high SES families are more skilled than people from low SES in terms of mathematics intelligence? Or does it depend on the willingness of students to learn and break through the limit of poverty? Hear from our very own students as to how the socioeconomic status of an individual affects the efficiency of learning in mathematics and why you should enroll in ISCP, kung saan pantay-pantay lahat.
Magandang hapon po. Ako si Elo Cruz at kasalukuyang katatapos ng sa ika-12 baitang. Ako ngayon ay nasa ilalim ng kursong BS Medical Technology. Kinuha ko ang medtech dahil pangarap ko ang maging isang doktor upang matulungan ko ang mga kababayan natin na nasa mabubundok na lugar at malayo sa syudad. Hirap sila na makakuha ng libreng check-up at mga gamot dahil nasa liblib silang lugar. Kaya gusto ko napuntahan sila roon at tulungan.
I am Carlo Dalisay, a junior high school student of the International State College of the Philippines or ISCP. I am the youngest in the family and my brother is currently studying in college. I idolized my brother and also wanted to continue my studies until I graduated with a degree. I live in a city where my parents also work. My mother is an employee in a company while my father owns a small business.
Hi there, I'm Steffi Carrie Curry, a 19-year-old sophomore, a Bachelor of Science in Hospitality Management in the International State College of the Philippines. I placed second in birth order and the only girl among 3 children. My mom is a pharmacist and my dad is an engineer. They're always busy, kaya we're usually left on our own to make luto, hugas, do the laundry, and even clean the house. I can say that I'm independent and that helped me a lot in school.
Malungkot mang sabihin, subalit ang aming pamilya ay ilan sa mga milyon-milyong pamilya na sa ating bansa na kung hindi kakayod at kikita sa isang araw o sa araw na yun ay hindi rin makakakain sa araw na yun. Nakakalungkot dahil hindi ako makatulong sa aking mga magulang, ngunit kailangan kong mag-aral ng mabuti upang mas maging matayog ang aking kinabukasan.
I think that I can consider our family under the medium level of socioeconomic status, since my parents earn enough to send me and my brother to school and buy things we need like food and pay for our monthly dues.
I can say that we are on the upper socioeconomic level because we are financially secure. We have no problems with our monthly budget as well as our bills and expenses. We would still have money to spend on our wants, especially for traveling.
Ngayong online classes, ang learning modality natin ay masasabi kong naging mahirap ang aking pagkatuto at pag-aaral. Hindi kasi kami tulad ng ibang pamilya na mayroong wifi sa bahay, tanging data lamang ang mayroon kami at hindi araw-araw ay kaya naming magpa-load. Kaya pinili ko na lang din ang mag-modular ngayong taon upang hindi na kailangan pumasok online. Ayun nga lang, sobrang dami ng activities ang pinapagawa sa amin.
Ngayong online learning naman, nakapag-provide naman ng aming mga magulang ng mga kagamitan para sa aming pag-aaral. Nakapagkabit kami ng wifi na magamit namin tuwing may online sessions, kahit na minsan ito ay pawala-wala at nagluloko. Nagkaroon din kami ng sariling lugar o pwesto sa aming bahay na kung saan nakalagay ang aming study tables at doon kami nagkaklase. Meron din kami kanya-kanyang laptop na ginagamit sa aming studies at mga scientific calculators na madalas na gamit namin sa mathematics.
Really enjoy the first year of my college life kasi I have my own room and my own study area. I also have my laptop, my phone, my iPad, and even a PC that I can simultaneously use for online classes and for school requirements. Aside from that, we also have a stable internet connection that serves its purpose for me and my siblings when we do things online. Lalo na our current situation pushes us to be techie and present digitally. I like nga rin na we have Zoom, Google Meet, Discord, and other platforms where we can meet with people from all over the world. Siguro it just boils down to me having a great time in school, even if super busy with all the responsibilities. It gives me the girl boss vibes.
Wala. Tanging ang aking cellphone lamang ang pinagkukuhanan ko ng kaalaman sa pag-aaral at ang mga modula binibigay ng aking mga guro at profesor. Hindi man sapat, ngunit kahit pa paano ay natututo ako.
I think ngayong online learning ang aking resources na ginagamit ay ang sariling laptop na kung saan nandun lahat ng aking files. May mga naitabing books at mga notes din ang aking mga magulang at si kuya na nagagamit ko sa aking lessons at kung minsan ay nakatutulong din na masagot ko ang aking mga assignments. Yung mga libro na naitabi ni kuya ay mga math books na kahit nakakatulong ito na makapag-advanced reading or advanced study ako sa aking mga math subjects.
If we're going to talk about resources, I have a lot. From gadgets to materials, to books and modules, or yung mga syllabi. They're provided na especially for math. I only had a few math subjects noong first year, and the profs are so quick magsalita. Well, they have a lot of thoughts to say, but I manage naman because I can just take a screenshot or type my notes agad. I have never been best in math back in elementary and high school, but I'm confident that I'm good with it because I have the resources and I learn from all these. I usually won't have to bother na rin with the school supplies and such since they're available na sa house, thanks to my parents. Less hassle rin naman if I have to buy something for our lab classes kasi I can drive naman from our home to the mall or market.
Ang dami. Pera, kagamitan sa panukat at kawalan ng libro at iba pang reading materials. Kung noong elementary at junior high school ay nagiging kasing mata ko, ngayon ay ang bababa na nakukuha kong score. Hindi na kasi tulad ng dati na puro algebra lang at basta magaling ka mag-multiply at kabisado mo mga formula sa geometry ay makakayanan mo talaga at papasa ka. Noong junior high school din kasi ay may mga libro na libre din galing sa DepEd. Kaya nagagawa kong mag-advance reading. Ngayon kasi ay kailangang may libro ka, di ba pang kagamitan upang matuto at makapag-advance reading. Marami rin kaming mga activities na mag-graph. Ngunit wala akong kagamitan at pang-drawing at panukat kaya mabababa na kukuha kong score.
Isang hinder sa aking pag-aaral is yung internet connection na. May mga pagkakataon na ito'y bumabagal at nagiging utal o putol-putol yung teacher ko sa Zoom. Hanggang sa nahirapan ako intindihin yung lesson namin. Lalo na sa math, na minsan mabilis magturo ang teacher at naiiwan ako. Kung minsan naman magtuturo kung paano na-solve yung sagot sa unang tanong at biglang magloloko yung internet namin. Pagbalik ko, nasa susunod na tanong sila. Nagiging dahilan din ito kung bakit minsan natatagalan ako sa pagtapos ng mga kailangan kong gawin dahil hindi naglo-load ng internet namin. Isang dahilan pa ay ang pagbagal ng aking laptop dahil hindi ganun kataas ang mga specs dito.
Well, I really do not consider my busy schedule as a hindrance to attaining or gaining access to proper education. I have everything naman na and it's just up to me on how I will maximize my time, my abilities, and my resources. Sometimes I procrastinate lang kasi that's when I get really satisfied with my work. I'm just so busy talaga because of ACADS, or responsibilities, family events, and galas with my friends.
Bukod sa aking cellphone ay nakakatulong ang aking mga kaibigan na tumutulong sa akin upang matuto. Iba sa kanila ay may kaya at mayaman kaya pinapahanap nila ako sa kanilang mga wifi at tinuturuan ako sa aming lesson. Subalit na lang hindi ito palagi dahil may mga klase rin sila, may iba sa kanila may mga trabaho na. Pero laki na ng pasasalamat ko noon dahil kahit papaano ay natutulungan nila ako at nararamdaman kong hindi ako mag-isa sa laban na to.
Siyempre, nakatulong din yung aming internet connection sa aking studies at kahit na mabagal man yan minsan, napadali pa rin niya ang aking komunikasyon sa aking mga guro at sa mga klase ko, lalo na pag nanghingi ako ng mga notes at mga solutions sa aming math subject. Nakakatulong din ang pagkakaroon ng sariling laptop at hindi kami naghihiraman ng kuya ko. Siyempre, nandiyan din ang aking mga libro na galing na kuya na nagagamit ko rin upang masagutan ang aking mga assignments at nagkakaroon ako ng karagdagang kaalaman sa aming mga leksyon. Dagdag pa, dito ay ang pagkakaroon ko ng magandang lugar sa aming bahay na kung saan nakapag-aaral ako ng maayos.
I basically have everything that I need to gain access to proper education. What fuels it more, I believe, is the support I get from my parents and my siblings. People would say I have a perfect life because I won't have to bother financially, emotionally, and physically. My parents would remind us three na while we have the pampaaral, we should focus on studying. Baka raw kasi in the near future, something bad would happen, and worst thing, we might not be able to make aral na sa prestigious universities like ISCP. They also emphasize that to keep ourselves grounded and humble pa rin. All that we learn now should not just benefit ourselves, but also yung mga people na marginalized. At the same time, they also push me to expand my horizons and join organizations to improve my skills and awareness, or go on trips with my friends here in the Philippines and abroad. They're also cool with me partying on weekends. Everything's great, actually. Life is good.
Ang dami po. Ang dami. Kaya ako. Sabi ko siya, ang tulong ng International State College of the Philippines or ISCP sa aking pag-aaral. Sobrang daming benepisyo ang binibigay nila. Kada linggo nakakatanggap ako ng 5,000 piso at libreng laptop para sa aming pag-aaral. Dahil meted din ang aming kurso ay may libre kaming stethoscope at mga love gown. Kada buwan may libre din kaming 1 litro ng Coke. My God! At ang unang pasok may libre kaming rice cooker. Nakaiyak lang. Salamat po.
Ang pag-enroll ko sa ISCP ay isang napakagandang desisyon. Dahil dito sa ISCP, naging pantay-pantay ang karanasan ng bawat estudyante mula ka man sa low, medium o high level ng socioeconomic status. At naniniwala ako na ang ISCP ang tutulong sa akin kung saan ako punta, to the moon, road trip, vroom vroom, skr.
I thought I had everything, but when I entered ISCP, I found out that everyone, even those who barely make ends meet, those who have just enough, and those who have so much, can go for even greater heights. Whether you're a Marites or a historian, you have a place in this school. Choosing this institution for my undergraduate studies just made me realize that the world is limitless, and we can build this dream together, standing strong forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now. Forever a proud ISC Panyan, forever a blue Aspen.
I am Ford the Person, the principal of ISCP, and I want to say a few things why you should enroll in ISCP. Firstly, we know that socioeconomic status plays a role in education, and in particular in mathematics. Primarily, one of the arguments made is that there's a difference between the access to educational resources because the more resources you have, the more easily the student can learn since knowledge is very accessible with little to no worries. A study was made in New Zealand pertaining to the relationship between these resources, between the mean grade in mathematics. For example, it may be the number of available books at home. The questionnaire found that there was a positive relationship between the number of books at home and achievements in mathematics in 2006. And with those students with a greater number of books in home having higher achievements on average in mathematics. Aside from books, we also found that the number of items at home may also determine a positive relationship with the average mathematical achievements, especially of Year 5 students. These items would include resources that would ease the student learning experience properly, like cell phones or proper internet connection. While students may not necessarily use these items for educational purposes, their presence could indicate the relative importance of education to the family, although this also may be reflective of the wealth of the home. So again, evidence presumes that a higher socioeconomic status does have an effect on the overall mathematical grade a student achieves. Students' willingness to learn mathematics may overcome the limiting factors set by socioeconomic status, especially to the poorer ones. But according to the data, socioeconomic status does really affect the effectiveness of learning mathematics. The higher the socioeconomic status of a person, the higher the success rate of learning mathematics. Hence, socioeconomic status is really a determinant to success in mathematics.
After hearing from our students on why you should join the ISCP community, we will get to hear from the heart and head of the community, Professor Ford the Person, International State College of the Philippines, kung saan lahat tayo ay pantay-pantay. Enroll now! We'll see you soon, future Aspen.
Yeah. Baby, you're my sun and moon. Girl, you're everything between. A lot of pretty faces could waste my time, but you're my dream, girl. You make flowers bloom. Girl, you make the stars collide. And I don't know what I did to get lucky like this, but it sure feels fine.